You plug in a USB-C cable, and nothing happens. Your phone is dead, your tablet is dead. Maybe your laptop battery is sitting at 4%. So you plug the cable in, nothing. You unplug it, flip it, plug it again, still nothing. So you grab another cable that looks exactly the same. Same connector, same shape, same size. You plug it in. Ding! Now it starts charging instantly, and suddenly you're staring at both cables like they've personally betrayed you. Because they look identical. Same USB-C connector, same black cable, same length. So how is one cable completely useless, while the other one works perfectly? It gets even stranger. You try transferring files. One cable is so slow you can literally make coffee, come back, and the transfer is still sitting at 3%. Switch cables. And suddenly the same transfer finishes before you even think to check it. Charging laptops is even weirder. One USB-C cable makes your laptop battery climb quickly. Another charges so slowly that it feels like the computer is just politely pretending to charge. And the confusing part is that everything still fits. The connector goes in. The device recognizes the connection. Sometimes it even charges, but it doesn't always do the thing you expected it to do. Which means millions of people now live with a strange modern ritual. Opening that one drawer in the house. You know the one. The drawer full of mysterious cables. Some came with phones. Some came with old cameras. Some came with random gadgets. Some belong to devices you don't even own anymore. And now half of that drawer is filled with USB-C cables. They all look the same, but somehow every single one behaves differently. One works for charging. One works for data. One works for your laptop, one works for your headphones, and one apparently works for absolutely nothing. So every time you plug something in, you're basically playing cable roulette. Grab one. Nope. Grab another. Still nothing. Try a third one. Finally, it works. Congratulations, you just spent 5 minutes debugging a cable. And the strange part is that USB-C was supposed to solve exactly this problem. After all, USB stands for Universal Serial Bus. The word universal makes it sound like one cable should work with everything. But here's the sentence that explains the entire mystery. USB-C is not a promise that everything works the same. USB-C is just the shape. What actually decides what a cable can do is what's inside it. Let's start with the name. USB stands for Universal Serial Bus. But USB isn't really one single technology. It's more like a large family of standards that has evolved for over 20 years. And this family hides two completely different ideas under the same name. The first idea is letters. The letters describe the shape of the connector. USB Type A is the classic rectangular plug that has been on computers for decades. USB Type B is the chunky square connector often used on printers. And Type C is the small oval connector that almost every modern device uses today. Type C became popular very quickly for one simple reason. It's reversible. No more flipping the cable around 2 or 3 times hoping it finally goes in. You just plug it in and it works. Or at least, it's supposed to. Because the connector shape is only half of the story. The second thing that matters is the numbers. USB 2.0, USB 3.0, USB 3.2, USB 4. These numbers describe how fast data can move. USB 2.0 is the older standard. It works fine for simple devices like keyboards or mice, but large file transfers can feel painfully slow. If you've ever copied a big video file and watched the progress bar crawl forward like it's stuck in traffic, USB 2.0 was probably involved. As the numbers increase, the data speeds increase dramatically. Think of it like roads. USB 2.0 is a small country road. USB 3.0 is a multi-lane highway. USB 3.2 is an even wider highway. And USB 4 is closer to a high-speed expressway. But here's the important part. Those speeds only work if every piece of the system supports them. The device, the port, and the cable. If even one of those is slower, the entire connection slows down. Which is exactly why two USB-C cables that look identical can behave completely differently. From the outside, they're the same. Inside, they're wired very differently. One cable might only support slower USB 2.0 speeds. Another cable might support high-speed data transfers. USB-C arrived at a time when one tiny port was expected to do everything. Charge phones, charge laptops, transfer huge files. run docking stations, connect external monitors, power high-speed storage. That little oval connector is now replacing half the ports that used to exist on laptops. And because of that, USB-C cables can be built in many different ways. Some cables are designed mostly for charging power. Others are designed for high-speed data. Some advanced cables can even carry video signals to external displays, which explains the everyday frustration. Everything fits, everything connects, but sometimes the cable simply can't do the job you expected. Now let's talk about something called power delivery, or PD. Instead of sending one fixed level of power, modern USB-C chargers actually communicate with the device first. When you plug the cable in, the charger asks how much power the device needs. The device responds with what it can safely handle. Maybe 20 watts, maybe 65 watts, maybe more. But when higher power is involved, the system also checks the cable itself. Because more power means more electrical current, and more current means more heat. Better cables include a tiny chip called an E-marker. Think of it like an ID badge for the cable. It tells the charger that the cable can safely carry higher power. If the cable doesn't have that chip, the system limits the charging speed just to stay safe. Which is why sometimes your laptop charges much slower than expected, even with the same charger. So is there actually one USB-C cable that does everything? Almost. If you want the closest thing to a universal cable, look for one that supports USB 4 with 40 gigabits per second data speeds and power delivery up to 240 watts. Those cables can handle fast data transfers, laptop charging, docks, and external displays. Another reliable option is Thunderbolt cables, usually marked with a small lightning bolt symbol. They follow stricter standards and tend to work more consistently with docks and monitors. There is just one catch. The faster the cable, the shorter it usually needs to be. High-speed signals don't travel well over long cables, so most high-performance USB-C cables are about 1 meter long. And here's a simple habit that can save your sanity. When you finally get one really good cable, don't throw it into the mystery drawer with the others. Label it. Keep it separate. Because the thing that drives people crazy isn't the technology. It's grabbing the wrong cable for the 10th time and wondering why your monitor won't turn on. USB-C brought us closer than ever to a universal connection. One small port doing almost everything. But the trade-off is simple. Same connector, different capabilities. If you enjoy simple explanations of everyday technology, subscribe to Ordinary Things, Deep History. And tell me in the comments, what's the most mysterious cable sitting in your drawer right now? The one you don't know what it does, but somehow you still can't throw it away.